And now, Dennis Sakis with TAG's Top 40 Committee.
Okay, everyone, we're moving into the home stretch of the top 10 companies. Thanks again to Kevin Ashton for that great presentation. And I should emphasize in the top 10 and all top 40 companies that these are Georgia-based technology companies. And I do think, indeed, they're going to be leading us into the future. The next group includes Pointivo, Remedy Diabetes, Springbot, and HireWire.
Hello, my name is Dan Cipreri, and I'm CEO and co-founder of Pointivo, and it's great to be here this morning. Pointivo is a software company in the computer vision space. We make it really easy to capture and create accurate 3D models of any scene using any camera. Imagine being able to use your smartphone to scan a scene, like the front of this house, digitally reconstruct it, and then automatically know the size and dimensions of everything on the front of that house. Well, that's what we can do at Pointivo. And I'll share with you how some of our customers are using the technology. In the flooring space, typically a contractor has to go to a home or office, measure, and then manually sketch a floor plan. Well, with our technology, our roofing partner is allowing anyone with a smartphone to walk an area, take a video, upload it to our cloud, and then we automatically generate a 3D model and then a floor plan. And then they use this to generate quotes for their customers. In the roofing space, here's an example of a 3D model we generate. This might look like an aerial photo, but if you were to zoom in, you would see the millions of points representing the physical structure. Our roofing partner is flying drones over residential and commercial structures, taking video, and then sending it to our cloud where we automatically generate 3D models like this, and then wireframes where they use to generate roofing estimates for their customers. And our roofing partner has an exclusive arrangement to provide roofing models for over 4,000 certified drone pilots across the US. It's a pretty big deal. Lastly, I'll share with you one of the case studies we've done in the construction industry. For the renovation of this two-story building on the left, they had to create the model on the right to start the whole process. In order to generate that model, they went on site and spent 2 days scanning with a $100,000 laser scanner to generate a model. And then an engineer spent over 2.5 weeks manually updating that model for a total time of 3 weeks. Why so long? Well, it's a bit more complicated. That engineer has to manually identify every component in that model, generate the one on the right. So it's a lot of work. In comparison, we went on site, but instead of spending 2 days with a $100,000 laser scanner, we spent 2 hours with an iPhone. And we were able to generate a model that matched exactly, wall for wall, what they did with their laser scanner. Our partner was blown away. And we believe that with our machine learning algorithms, we'll be able to identify every component of that building in about 2.5 days, taking it from 3 weeks down to 3 days. When we can do that, we think we will disrupt the construction industry. And we plan to do it all with the phone that we already have in our hands today. We could be considered a poster child for the Georgia technology community. My co-founder invented the technology while he was earning his PhD at Georgia Tech. He worked with Venture Lab and participated in the NSF I-Corps program. I met him while I was an entrepreneur in residence at the ATDC. We have received funding from GRA, we have won NSF SBIR grants, and we've raised money from local VCs, Tech Square Ventures and Hallett Capital. We are Pointivo, and we hope to become another great success story for the state of Georgia. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Lucy Ide, CEO of Remedy Diabetes. So you've all been there. You wait months to get an appointment with your doctor, and the day finally comes and you feel rushed. You forget to ask the questions you had on your mind. You're not sure if they really hear you or if the prescription that you're handed is going to solve your problem. The doctor's also frustrated by this. They don't have access to all of your information, and if they do, it's not in a way that's easy to assimilate and act on. So they make the best decision, and they ask you to come back in 6 months and see how you're doing. It's a real-life process of trial and error. This problem exists because doctors don't have access to all of the data they need, and it's only increased by the fact that we have connected health devices, quantified self, and more data coming down the pipeline. No disease epitomizes this more than diabetes, where we have an abundance of data, yet up to 30% of patients are on the wrong or inadequate medication. Diabetes is an epidemic across our country, 30 million individuals. You see Georgia sits squarely in the diabetes belt. There are 1 million people in our state affected by diabetes. It impacts their quality of life and their longevity. It impacts the bottom line of our companies, and it is top of mind for our healthcare systems. In order to address this, there's a unique collaboration that needs to happen between patients and their healthcare providers. And we need technology to enable that. So what we at Remedy Diabetes do uniquely that nobody else is doing today is we provide both actionable information and the predictive tools to make targeted decisions about patient treatment and let those patients and providers be successful in diabetes management. We allow them to visualize treatment changes and make sure that interventions are targeted to that patient's unique needs. We let them move from a process of trial and error to one that is specific to your health, your needs, your habits, and your data. We've been called out this week by The Economist in an article about the way we're redefining how data is shared between patients and providers and how healthcare systems are making decisions about patient management across populations and for individuals. And it's working. We're seeing a 77% improvement in the key metric that's followed in diabetes. When you improve this number, hemoglobin A1C, diabetes costs less, billions of dollars less across the population, and patient quality of life improves. So let's go back to that doctor's visit in Georgia, Florida, California, and Washington when they're using our program. Now the doctor can show you on her tablet the decision she's making about your care. The software has highlighted your needs and allowed her to make a personalized medical decision. She accomplishes in 60 seconds what took 3 to 4 visits over 18 months in the old system. For the first time, you understand what your medication is intended to do and why it matters that you take it as prescribed. This is what innovation looks like on the front lines of medicine and what we are working to do for millions of people with diabetes. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Erica Brooks. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer for Springbot. Thrilled to be here today representing the 60-odd Springbot employees that are working in Midtown today. We have an e-commerce marketing platform, and obviously going to tell you a little bit more about that today. Founded by Brooks Robinson, who's our CEO, Joe Rieger, our CTO, and Alan Nance, who's an investor and also on our board. We basically are very focused on the small to medium-sized business market. A lot of people say SMB. We really mean the small to medium-sized business market. We've got about 1,000 customers today, growing at about 10%. And what's really exciting is that we're bringing innovation to the SMB market that typically is only available to enterprise customers. And on top of what is also exciting is that it's a large and growing market. When we think about e-commerce, we think about Amazon, generally speaking. And it is e-commerce is a $400 billion and growing revenue market. Today, we're focused on the 500,000 customers who make up half of that revenue. Amazon only represents about a third. So these small companies who are punching above their weight are the ones who are really driving the growth in e-commerce. So today, we support Magento, Shopify, BigCommerce. And what do? Well, there's 2 things. One, we connect to their shopping carts. The second thing we do is we connect to the bewildering array of marketing technology that have come to bear to help us reach the digital, mobile, social consumer. And if that wasn't enough, we do a couple other things. The next step is we say, hey, you know what? What's working, what's not? You have all these marketing channels. You have social, you have email, you have your site, you have abandoned carts. What's working, what's not? And the next thing, which is the icing on the cake, is we then tell them what they should do next. And as a marketer, I can tell you, if I knew where to spend the next dollar or the next hour of my time, I would pay for that right away. So in the process of doing this, we have actually collected a massive amount of data. What SaaS company today doesn't have a data story? And we certainly do as well. With 50 million people worth of data, almost $2.5 billion in revenue, we have the ability to build what we would call a technology moat. First, again, it's commerce and tool integration. Then it's retail data aggregation. Attribution is key in today's market. And then it's about monetization, what to do next. Our customers love us, and we love our customers. This is another startup company actually based out of Atlanta in the retail space, in the e-commerce space, and they tell us specifically how we've helped them grow their business, which is really exciting to us. So we're also an Atlanta success story. We started at Flashpoint. We did our discovery there. We then graduated from the ATDC and have ended up in Midtown with 60 employees. We have great Atlanta-based investors, tech operators, TTV Capital, Tech Square Labs. And the best thing here for us is, besides a great market and great customers and great employees and great opportunity, is that our customers are succeeding as a result of us. Typically, they see their revenue grow by 23%. Again, I want to thank TAG for this wonderful honor, and thank you for your time.
Hey guys, I'm Cho Win, and I'm the CEO and founder of HireWire. This doesn't count as part of my time here. Real quick show of hands here. How many of you guys have ever hired an hourly worker? Show of hands. Okay, everybody? Okay, so the hiring process is a lot of fun. Said no one ever, okay? So, hiring is a big pain, and HireWire is going to change that for the hourly industry. We're not a job board. This is a marketplace. So much like you'd buy and sell on a marketplace, you can buy and sell your time, and it's made up of job seekers and employers. So the real problem in hourly work is that turnover is extremely high. When people quit, they give you very, very little to no notice whatsoever. And the tools that are being used today, like job boards, are severely outdated, tedious, and just wrong. And so what we've done is we've identified a huge problem impacting a lot of people. 77 million people in this country are hourly and part-time workers. And so the solution we've come up with is a mobile app that is a digital marketplace that will help you find candidates faster. You spend less time interviewing, and it's all using technology that is available today but hasn't changed in over 20, 30 years. Our goal is to disrupt that. So here's how it works. As a job seeker, you build a profile. You don't look for jobs. Jobs come to you. You put up a profile picture, job history, and the most important thing is you record 4 video interview questions that replaces the first round interview for employers. You select when you can work, how much you need to get paid, what your qualifications are, and then you do nothing else. On the employer side, instead of posting a job and waiting for your inbox to fill full of hundreds of unqualified applications, instead, you search in real time. You select who you need, how much you pay, how soon they need to start, and by distance. Only show me people really close by. But the magic of this app is the ability to press play and watch candidates answer questions just like you would in front of you, except you cut out all the time of screening, emails, phone calls, and meeting in person. That means employers can vet candidates at midnight closing their store. They could do it in their pajamas in bed. So it sounds crazy, right? But 700 employers have signed up since January, and on-demand hiring is a reality in Atlanta. Our goal is to add restaurants, after restaurants, take it to retail, hospitality, and all the other industries. We believe this is the new way to get hired. And I've actually got a favor to ask of you guys, because I want to do an experiment on network effects and the power of word of mouth. So there's over 1,000 people in this room. Everybody here goes out to eat, knows someone that works at a restaurant, owner, operator. I'd like to ask that you guys, next time you go out, ask them if they've heard of HireWire. Ask them if they used it, because we believe that this is the next big technology company to come out of Georgia. So thank you for your time.